we all do. Give a big warm welcome to Tara Zimmerman. Hey y'all.
Hey.
How's everybody doing? Good, good. I'll move this so you can see me better. This afternoon I was at a ladies' tea at a Baptist church, and I was doing the comedy there. So only in comedy can you be at the Christmas ladies' tea in the afternoon, and then at the night you're in a bar. Hallelujah. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, I was listening to Ginger and a couple people talking, you know, and I've been married forever. I've been married 29 fun-filled years to my husband, Bob. And we've been married to each other for the whole time. And we dated a little bit before that. So we predate dick pics. In fact, we predated. There wasn't any. You know, if you wanted to see it, you had to get involved. You had to know somebody. You know, you had to know the person. You know, they didn't send a picture. There was no rehearsal or nothing. It was just that. But you know, my friend Tina, she was married for about 15, 16 years, and then she got a divorce. Very sad. But she's on all those online dating things. She gets hundreds of dick pics. Hundreds. And she saves every one of them. She puts them in a folder. And I said, Tina, what the hell are you doing with all these dick pics? She said she's going to make a calendar out of them and put it on Pinterest. She's turning it into an industry. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Yeah. But like I said, and I think if the question's been asked, anybody married? Yeah. Nobody married? One person. Married to you, yeah. I met her. Yes, she's a nice woman. Yes. Anybody in a relationship? It don't have to be good. It don't have to be good because we don't judge. We don't judge here. No, we do not. Like I said, I know you guys will not judge me that I am still friends with Jack Daniels on Facebook. We have a history, me and Jack Daniels. We did. I loved that man. Loved him. We dated all through high school and college. Practically lived together sophomore year. He may be the biological father of my oldest child. If not, he had a lot to do with it, I'm going to tell you. Yes, he did. But you know, if you're lucky, you get older, you get more mature, and you come to realize that Jack Daniels, Captain Morgan, Holston Cuervo, not your friends. Not your friends. Case in point. I had a reunion with my friend Jack Daniels about 6-7 years ago. It was one of those milestone birthdays. Me and Jack got back together. And I don't know, somehow during the festivities of the evening, I procured a tattoo across my lower back of my beloved husband Bob's name. I'm not real sure how it happened. But you know, I went home, showed the family. My daughter looked at me and she said, Mama, you know you got a tramp stamp. And I was ashamed. I was ashamed. But you know, I shouldn't have worried about it because it's been, like I said, 6-7 years. And as I have aged and my body has changed, it seems to be falling down into my butt crack. It don't even say Bob anymore. It just says ow! I tell y'all, But like I said, I have been married to my beloved Bob for 29 fun-filled years. That's right. You know. Sorry. And we've been married to each other the whole time, at the same time, with no breaks. I like to clarify that. Because I was at a Christian comedy show performing, and the gentleman comedian who went on before me said that he had been married for over 40 years. And I tell you what, them people just clapped and got all excited till he said to 7 different women. People don't like that. People just don't like that. You know, especially in the Christian comedy realm. If any of y'all want to do Christian comedy. Yeah. But me and Bob, we've been married to each other the whole time at the same time. And I'm going to tell y'all, it can get monotonous. It can get just a little monotonous. 29 years, day in, day out with the same person. But I'm going to tell you, I decided that it was time for me to spice up our love life. So I went online and I ordered a naughty leather and lace bustier. That's right, I did. But I got some advice for y'all out there. If you, especially you ladies, if you decide to order something of a personal nature online, don't order it from China. Some of y'all know. There is a slight sizing discrepancy between the United States and China. For instance, when this bustier showed up, I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, that's awful. You know, I don't know if this size large Chinese bustier is going to fit on my size large American body. But I kept looking at it, and I'm like, I can get in there. I think I can get in there. So I wedged myself into that bustier. Now, if y'all are thinking of a visual at this point, are you familiar with those biscuits that come in the tube? Yeah, that's what I got. Didn't what I wanted, but that's what I got. I'm gonna tell y'all, something happened when I got that bustier on. I expanded, it contracted, something shifted during flight. But I was trapped in that bustier. And I was running out of oxygen. So I went waddling into the kitchen. Bob looked at me and he said, "My God, what'd you do to yourself?" I said, "Shut up and help me." Now, y'all, he was in the kitchen, right? So I hear digging around and all this other stuff. Y'all, he found a pizza cutter. That's right, he found a pizza cutter. So he sliced up the back of that bustier. That sucker went flying across the room, took out the cat, scared the hell out of the dog, and broke half my grandmama's good china. It was perfect. But you know, I realized the problem. I'm getting too big. I'm getting too big. I realize this. But see, you little young cute people, little cute skinny people, little cute people, something happens. I got some advice for you. I'm going to give you some advice real quick. I want you to take the time. I want you to take your pictures. I want you to wear your tight jeans, your little camisoles, your Daisy Dukes. I want you to take your pictures. I want you to put them on Facebook, Instagram, all that. And enjoy it. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. Someday you're all going to turn 40. And you're going to swell up like a fish in Christian love. But, yeah, and like I said, you know, I'm older, I'm over 50. Turned 51. And it's hard to stay in shape. Bless y'all. It's hard to stay in shape, you know, when you're my age. Round's a shape. Bulbous is a shape, you know. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm a realist. I've seen myself. I know my only hope is plastic surgery. I know that. But, you know, I need to do so much, and I don't have enough money to get it all done at one time. So I'm going to have to do it with coupons. So it's going to take a while. Do you know, my friend, that there are coupons now for plastic surgery? Did you know that? Right now in our Clipper magazine, our Florida Clipper magazine coupon book, there is a coupon in there for a Brazilian butt lift, starting at $3,400. Keyword there for me, starting at $3,400. How much y'all think this is going to put me back? About 10 I didn't know. But I work at USF, and one of my students came up to me and they said, Mrs. Zimmerman, you look just like my Aunt Charlotte. I said, well, isn't that the sweetest thing you've ever heard? Till she reached behind her and pulled out her phone, showed me a picture of Aunt Charlotte, who may be the ugliest woman I've ever seen in my life. You're talking 5'2", maybe 370. I'm like, oh, Jesus. And so then later on, I went to, of all places, the nail salon. I'm going to get my nails done. My regular lady, the Vietnamese lady, she wasn't there. So they send me a new one. So she comes up and she collects me there at the front. And she's walking me back to her station and she's like, looking at me. And we sit down and she says, so, are you all married? And I said, well, yes, I am. I've been married for 29 years. She said, that's good. That's good. That's very, very good. Because now you're too big. You never get married. I'm like, really? And you can't say nothing back either. She'll cut you. But yeah. And what makes it even more disheartening for me, I'm going to tell y'all, is the fact that in the past month and a half, I've lost about 10 pounds. I have. And it's nice. Thank you. God bless you. God, thank you. And people who haven't seen me in a while, they all come up and say the same thing. They say, Tara, tell us your secret. How did you lose that weight? And I say, it's no secret. I just stopped eating like a pig, and now I work out occasionally. And to a person, they all react exactly the same way. They say, well, I don't want to do that. So I realized I was answering them incorrectly. So now when they say, Tara, what's your secret? I say, huddle up. Everybody huddle up. I say, here's the secret. I wait till around midnight, and then I strip down buck naked. Then I go out behind the house to the pond, and I run around that sucker about 13 times, swinging a chicken over my head. Then they get so excited, they start taking notes. They're like, do I have to go at midnight, or can I go a little earlier? Do I have to be buck naked, or can I wear flip-flops? Is that a live chicken, or can I get that sucker at Publix? That's why I love people. I do. I'm going to tell you a story that I told at the tea this afternoon. It's about love and relationships. So of course I was talking about Bob. But Bob and I had the pleasure for 3 years to live in Columbia, South Carolina. So if you are here from South Carolina, good, because we didn't like it. It kind of sucked. But I had a friend in South Carolina named Brenda, and she was my walking buddy. And this is a true story. She's telling me about, now this is South Carolina, she's telling me about her husband and his family. Her husband was the oldest of 8 children, born to Garnell and Inez. And Garnell and Inez were like in their 80s. And I'm like, oh, that must be nice. You know, that's a wonderful thing. She says, no, wait, let me tell you the rest of the story. I said, okay. Seems that the youngest child, Tyrone, this is South Carolina, we got to remember this, he lived at home till he was 45 years old. And then, praise Jesus, he met a lovely woman, the music minister at the church, and they got married. And I'm like, isn't that nice? And Brenda said, no, not really. Let me tell you a story. I said, okay. She said that after Tyrone got married and moved out, Inez, the mama of all the family, and her husband, next time they had a gathering, she stood up and said she wanted to make a little announcement. And they're all thinking, oh, she must be saying how wonderful it is. No, she stood up and told her kids and everybody standing down that she had never liked their dad. She had never liked him, but she got married real young and had all them kids. And she said that usually, sometime during her life, she had gotten along real well with some of the kids that were at home. And especially she enjoyed Tyrone's company. But now that he was married, she was leaving their father. Now they're in their 80s, so all the kids are like, And she said, yeah. She said, you guys are going to just have to divvy up my time between all y'all. Because I'm leaving him. And they said, well, what are you going to, what about Danny? What about, Darnell? And she said, basically, I don't care. So, think about it. Even if you've been married 29 years, how many years you've been married, don't take people for granted. Don't take people for granted. But South Carolina was an interesting experience for me. Like, we always get a lot of grief being from Florida, like the Florida man things. Florida man should move to South Carolina. Because when I lived in South Carolina, I heard the weird, I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. And when Chicago, even if somebody's 14 years old and they, like, their pictures put across, like, the TV, that they're a criminal, they look like a criminal. They look hard, like, kill, across their forehead or something. In South Carolina, they would throw a criminal's face across the screen and be like, and it was usually Bubba and Bill Wayne, who had allegedly burned the trailer park down when they was making meth. And they're all wearing Leonard Skinner shirts and like running through the forest and stuff. But I was watching the news one night. It's about 11 o'clock. And this is a true news story. A little girl came on the news and she said that a woman had been awoken at about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning with a buck-naked man beating on her front door, screaming incoherently. Now, it was South Carolina, so she probably thought she might be related to him or something. So she just let him in. Once she let him in, she realized she'd made a mistake because she did not know this man. He ran past her and was jumping up and down on her bed in her bedroom. So then at this point, she thinks it's a good idea to call 911. See, if you're buck naked beating on my door incoherently at 1 in the morning, even if I know you, I ain't letting you in. But in South Carolina, they did. So she called the police. So the police came, and it was just great verbiage. They said they had a hard time apprehending the suspect. And I said, I hope to shout, because he's buck naked, jumping up and down, didn't nobody want to touch him. But anyway, they got him, and then they showed him being taken to the police car with the little thing, and they blotted out all his stuff. And then, this is my favorite part, they said, on further investigation, someone noticed something they believed to be a rodent's tail hanging from the man's anus. I said, who was the lucky guy that got to do the further investigation? Tim, run, I ain't going over there. But then they said once they investigated even further, they found not one, but 2 rodents in the man's anus. And I'm like, I'm sitting there wearing my little Hello Kitty jammies right now going, what the hell? And I'm standing there, and then she talked a little more, and then she said the total phrase that tied it all together. Drugs and alcohol involved. I'm standing there thinking, well, I hope to shout. Could you imagine you sitting there like me and Bob sitting there? Hey, Bob, what do you say we strip down buck neck and stick a rodent up our ass and run out of the Yeah. But I'm going to leave you with this one. I want you to all remember back. Do y'all remember when you was first in love with your beloveds? And you'd walk out naked in front of them? All provocative. Didn't need no bustier or nothing. And they'd say, now I'll walk out naked in front of Bob. And he says, aren't you cold? Relationships, they ebb and they flow. They do, they ebb and they flow. But there is one thing I know for sure in this world, and that's that Bob and I will never get divorced. And people say, bless you. People say, why is that, Tara? Is it love, faith, devotion? I say, oh yeah, that. And also the fact that Bob is an accountant. That means he's too cheap to get a divorce. And even after 29 fun-filled years, neither Bob nor I want full custody us for children. And still, the number one reason Bob and I will never get divorced is that neither one of us have the time, the money, or the inclination to get in good enough shape to appear naked in front of another person for the rest of our lives. Thank you so much. My name's Carrie Williams.